Maya stood behind the counter of the small cafe, wiping her hands on her apron. The evening was busy, as usual. The little town where she lived didn't have many places to eat out, so the cafe was always full, especially on Fridays. The soft hum of conversation mixed with the clinking of cups and plates filled the room. Maya was a young woman, around 25 years old. Her dark hair was tied back in a neat ponytail, and her eyes were tired but kind. She smiled as she took orders from the customers, trying her best to be cheerful. Even though she worked long hours, she never complained. To her, the job was important. It helped her take care of her younger brother, Raju. Raju was only 12 and still in school. After their parents passed away a few years ago, Maya had taken responsibility for him. It was not easy to be both sister and guardian, but she never let that show. Every night after work, she would help Raju with his homework, prepare his meals, and listen to his stories about school and friends. Tonight was no different. The cafe was crowded, but Maya moved quickly, balancing plates and drinks with practiced skill. She knew most of the customers by name. There was Mr. Patel, the old man who loved his tea with extra sugar. There was Mrs. Sharma, who always ordered a sandwich and smiled kindly at Maya. Small things like these made the work feel a little less tiring. In one corner sat a group of college students laughing loudly. Their energy reminded Maya of a time when she had dreams beyond serving tables and struggling to make ends meet. Sometimes, she thought about what life might be like if she had more chances, if she could do something more for herself and Raju. But for now, the cafe was her world. She liked the routine. She liked the familiar faces. And she liked the feeling that, even in a small way, she was helping people enjoy their day. Just as Maya was about to clear a table, the doorbell jingled. A man walked in, looking tired and carrying a briefcase. He was dressed simply, not like the rich businessmen Maya had sometimes seen on TV. He sat down quietly at a table near the window. Maya approached him with a friendly smile. "What would you like to order, sir?" she asked politely. The man looked up, his eyes soft but tired. "Just water, please," he said quietly. Maya nodded and quickly brought a glass of water to his table. She noticed he wasn't eating, just staring out the window. Something about him felt different, but Maya didn't have time to think much. Orders kept coming, and she had to stay focused. Suddenly, a loud noise came from outside. The customers turned to look, and Maya's heart skipped a beat. A car had stopped suddenly in front of the cafe, and a man was lying on the ground nearby. People were rushing to help. Maya quickly went outside to see what was happening. The man on the ground looked pale and weak. Someone called for an ambulance. A few people tried to help, but it was clear the situation was serious. Maya felt a sudden rush of fear but also a strong urge to do something. She remembered the first aid training she had taken years ago at school. She stepped forward and asked if anyone knew if the man needed blood. The paramedics arrived just in time. They said the man was losing a lot of blood and needed a donor quickly. Maya didn't hesitate. She looked around and saw that no one else was coming forward. "I can help," she said softly. The paramedics explained what she needed to do. Maya sat down, trying to stay calm. She thought about Raju and how she wanted to see him grow up strong and happy. Helping this man could save his life, and that thought gave her courage. As the needle went into her arm, Maya looked at the man's pale face again. He wasn't a stranger anymore. In that moment, he was just someone who needed her help. She whispered, "Don't worry. You will be okay. Inside the cafe, the noise quieted down. Customers watched in silence, feeling the weight of the moment. Maya's simple act of kindness had brought everyone together. When the donation was done, the paramedics thanked her. Maya felt tired but proud. She didn't know who the man was or what his story was, but she knew she had done something important. As the ambulance took the man away, Maya stood outside for a moment, looking up at the sky. The stars were beginning to shine. She smiled softly, hoping everything would be all right. She walked back inside the cafe, ready to finish her shift. Life was hard, but moments like this reminded her that kindness could make a difference. And no matter what happened next, Maya was determined to keep going one step at a time. The next morning, Maya woke up early as usual. The sun was just rising, casting a soft golden light over the small town. She stretched her arms and looked at the old clock on the wall. It was time to get ready for work. Another busy day at the cafe awaited her. Maya prepared a simple breakfast for her and Raju. They ate quietly together. Raju talked about his school day ahead, excited about a science project he had been working on. Maya smiled, happy to hear his voice full of hope and energy. She knew her brother's dreams were important, just like hers. After dropping Raju at school, Maya walked to the cafe. The streets were already busy with people going about their daily routines. Some waved to her as she passed by. Even in this small town, Maya felt connected to the people around her. When Maya arrived at the cafe, she found the owner, Mr. Singh, already there, setting up tables and checking supplies. He was a kind man in his 50s who had given Maya the job when she needed it most. He smiled warmly at her. "Good morning, Maya," he said. "You looked tired yesterday. I hope you're feeling better." Maya nodded. "I'm fine, thank you. Just a little sleepy." Mr. Singh laughed softly. "You work too hard. Remember to take care of yourself too." Maya appreciated his concern but didn't say much. She was used to pushing herself. The cafe needed her, and so did Raju. As the day went on, customers came and went. Maya greeted each person with her usual warmth. Some were regulars, some new faces. The cafe was lively but calm. Then, just after lunch, a sudden call came in. Mr. Singh answered the phone, and his face changed. He looked serious, worried. "What is it?" Maya asked. Mr. Singh turned to her. "There's been an emergency. Someone nearby needs blood urgently. They are asking if anyone can help." Maya's heart raced. She remembered the man from last night, the one who had collapsed outside the cafe. Could it be him? Without hesitation, Maya said, "I will go. I want to help." Mr. Singh nodded and quickly made a few calls. The paramedics were still on their way to the hospital. Maya changed into her jacket and left the cafe. The sun was bright now, and the town was busy with people walking and cars passing by. She walked quickly toward the hospital, her mind full of hope and worry. At the hospital, the waiting room was crowded with anxious faces. Maya saw the man from last night sitting in a chair, looking weak but alive. A nurse noticed Maya and approached her. "Thank you for coming," the nurse said kindly. "We need a blood donor. The man was seriously injured, but he's stable now. Your blood will help him recover faster." Maya felt a mix of emotions. She didn't know this man's name or his story. All she knew was that he needed her help, and she could not say no. The nurse took Maya to a quiet room. The walls were painted soft blue, and the sunlight came through the window. Maya sat down and prepared for the blood donation. As the needle went into her arm, Maya looked over at the man. He smiled weakly and nodded his thanks. His eyes showed gratitude and something more, a quiet strength. "Thank you," he whispered. Maya smiled back. "You're going to be okay. Just rest and get better." The room was silent except for the soft sound of the machine collecting blood. Maya thought about her own life, the struggles, the dreams, the small moments of happiness. She hoped this man could have a fresh start too. After the donation was finished, Maya felt a little tired but proud. She had done something important again. The nurse thanked her and said she could rest for a while before going back to work. Maya sat by the window, watching people outside. She wondered about the man's life. Who was he? What had happened to him? She felt curious but also understood that some stories were not always easy to share. Suddenly, the man's nurse called her. "He wants to see you." Maya followed the nurse to the room where the man was resting. His face looked better, and there was more color in his cheeks. "Hello," he said softly. "I don't know your name, but I want to thank you. You saved my life." Maya shook her head. "I'm just a waitress. I did what anyone would do." The man smiled gently. "No, you did more than that. You gave me hope." Maya felt warmth in her chest. She realized that helping others was not about money or power, it was about kindness. Before she left, the man held her hand briefly. "I hope you never lose your kind heart." Maya nodded. "I won't." Back at the cafe, Maya felt a new energy inside her. Life was still hard, but moments like these made her believe in good things. She finished her shift with a smile, knowing she had made a difference. That night, as Maya helped Raju with his homework, she told him about the day's events. Raju listened carefully, eyes wide with admiration. "You're like a hero, Maya," he said. Maya laughed softly. "Maybe just a normal person who cares." As she tucked Raju into bed, Maya thought about the man she had helped. She didn't know what the future held, but she felt ready to face it with courage, kindness, and hope. Days passed since Maya had donated blood to the man who collapsed near the cafe. Life in the small town went on as usual, but Maya found herself thinking about him often. Who was he? What kind of life did he have? Why had fate brought their paths together in such an unexpected way? At the cafe, Maya continued her work with the same care and kindness she always showed. The customers noticed a new light in her eyes, a quiet hope that had not been there before. Even Mr. Singh, the cafe owner, commented one afternoon, "You seem happier these days, Maya. Something good is coming your way." Maya smiled but said nothing. She wasn't sure what was coming, but she hoped it would be something better for her and Raju. One evening, just as the cafe was about to close, Maya was cleaning tables when the doorbell jingled softly. A man entered, clean and well-dressed but with a gentle, tired smile. Maya's heart skipped a beat. It was the same man she had helped at the hospital. "Hello, Maya," he said softly. "May I sit?" Maya nodded, motioning to a chair near the window. She wasn't sure why he was there, but she felt calm and curious. "My name is Leo," he said, sitting down carefully. "I want to thank you again for saving my life." Maya shook her head. "I only did what anyone would do. I'm just a waitress." Leo smiled kindly. "No, Maya. It takes courage and kindness to do what you did. I've met many people, but very few have the heart you have." Maya blushed slightly, feeling shy but happy. I'm glad you're feeling better. Leo looked out the window for a moment. I am. Thanks to you. They sat in silence for a while, the quiet only broken by the soft music playing from the cafe speakers. Then Leo spoke again. I don't often get the chance to meet people like you. Most of my life is busy with work and meetings. But you live simply, and yet your kindness is so powerful. Maya looked at him, surprised. What do you mean? Leo smiled. I run a big company, but sometimes I forget what really matters. Meeting you reminded me that kindness and courage are the true treasures in life. Maya felt a mix of emotions. She had never met someone like Leo before. He seemed different from the rich and busy people she had heard about on the news. There was honesty in his voice, and something warm in his eyes. Thank you for telling me, she said softly. Leo looked around the cafe. This place is special. It feels like home. Maya smiled. It is. It's where I work, and where I dream. Leo's eyes brightened. What are your dreams, Maya? She thought for a moment. I want to have a small cafe of my own one day. A place where people can feel happy and safe. I want to help my brother go to a good school and make sure he has a better life. Leo nodded, listening carefully. Those are beautiful dreams. I believe you can make them come true. Maya looked down, feeling both hopeful and unsure. Sometimes it feels impossible. There are so many challenges. Leo reached out and gently touched her hand. I know life can be hard. But kindness, like yours, can open doors we never expected. Maya looked up and met his gaze. For a moment, the world outside seemed to disappear. There was a connection between them, quiet and strong. The cafe was almost empty now. Leo stood up, preparing to leave. I should go, he said. But I hope we can talk again. Maya smiled. I'd like that. As Leo walked out the door, Maya felt a flutter of excitement in her heart. She didn't know what the future held, but she knew this was the beginning of something special. That night, as Maya sat by her window at home, she thought about the day's visit. She realized that sometimes, the smallest acts of kindness could change lives, not just for the person receiving help, but for the one giving it as well. Raju came into the room, carrying his school books. Who was the man at the cafe? He asked, curious. Maya smiled. Just someone I helped. He's special, in his own way. Raju nodded, his eyes wide. Do you think he'll come back? Maya didn't answer right away. She wasn't sure. But deep inside, she hoped so. The next few days passed quickly. Maya continued her work at the cafe, and Leo's visit stayed in her thoughts. She wondered what it would be like to have someone believe in her dreams the way Leo did. One afternoon, as Maya was serving tea to a group of customers, her phone rang. It was a number she didn't recognize. Hello, she answered. Maya, it's Leo, the voice said gently. I was hoping to talk to you again. I want to learn more about you and your dreams. Maya's heart beat faster. I'd like that too. They agreed to meet again at the cafe after closing time. When Leo arrived that evening, he brought a small notebook. I have many ideas, he said. If you want, I can help you plan your cafe. Maya looked at him, surprised and hopeful. Really? Leo nodded. Yes. You saved my life. Now, let me help you build your dreams. Tears filled Maya's eyes, but she smiled brightly. For the first time in a long time, she believed that good things could happen. As they talked late into the night, the quiet connection between them grew stronger. It was the beginning of a friendship that neither of them expected but both welcomed with open hearts. The days passed gently, like soft waves touching the shore. Leo stayed in the hospital, slowly getting stronger each day. Maya visited whenever she could, balancing her time between work at the cafe and caring for Ryu. Though tired, she felt a quiet joy in seeing Leo improve. Leo's recovery was not just physical. Each day, his smile grew wider, and the light returned to his eyes. The doctors were pleased with his progress and said he would soon be able to leave the hospital. Maya admired his strength, but she noticed something else. Leo's heart seemed to be healing in a way that no medicine could fix. His conversations with her were filled with kindness and honesty, and she found herself opening up in return. One afternoon, as Maya sat beside his hospital bed, Leo reached out and took her hand gently. "Maya," he said softly, "thank you for being here. You saved my life, but you have also given me something more: hope." Maya smiled shyly. "You don't have to thank me. I'm just happy you're getting better." Leo looked at her with deep warmth. "Your kindness has changed me. It makes me want to be a better person." Maya felt her heart beat faster. It was strange to feel such closeness with someone she had just met, but it was real and true. Days turned into weeks. The hospital room became a place where two very different lives quietly connected. Maya learned that Leo was not just a patient, he was a man with dreams and worries, someone who carried the weight of great responsibility. Leo spoke about his company, a big business that helped many people. But he also shared his wish to do more, to help others in a way that mattered beyond money. Maya listened carefully. "You're already doing a lot of good," she said. "Sometimes, it's the small things that matter the most." Leo nodded. "That's why I'm grateful to you. You remind me that kindness is the greatest gift." One evening, as the sun set outside the hospital window, Maya and Leo talked about dreams, their own and those they wished for others. Maya spoke about her wish to open a cafe where people could feel safe and happy. Leo shared his hope to use his success to make the world better. "You have a beautiful heart, Maya," Leo said quietly. "I want to help you make your dream come true." Maya looked down, feeling unsure. "I don't know if I'm ready. It feels like such a big step." Leo squeezed her hand gently. "You don't have to do it alone. I will be here to support you." Maya felt tears in her eyes. For the first time in a long time, she believed that her dream was possible. The hospital staff watched the growing friendship with smiles. Maya's visits brightened Leo's days, and Leo's kindness gave Maya hope for a better future. Finally, the day came when Leo was strong enough to leave the hospital. Maya helped him pack his things, feeling a mix of happiness and sadness. She was glad he was well but knew their time together would change. Before he left, Leo turned to Maya and said, "This is not the end, Maya. It's the beginning of something new for both of us." Maya smiled, her heart full. "I believe that too." Leo promised to visit the cafe soon and to help Maya with her plans. As he walked out of the hospital doors, Maya watched him go, feeling hopeful and ready for whatever came next. That night, at home, Maya told Ryu everything. He listened with wide eyes, proud of his sister. "You're amazing, Maya," he said. "I know your cafe will be the best." Maya hugged him tightly. "Thank you, Ryu. I want us to have a happy life." The future was uncertain, but Maya felt ready to face it. She had helped save a life, and now, someone wanted to help save hers, not with money, but with kindness, friendship, and belief. A few days after Leo left the hospital, Maya returned to her regular routine at the cafe. The small town was quiet in the early morning, and the sunlight poured gently through the windows. Maya moved through the room, wiping tables and arranging chairs, but her mind was busy thinking about Leo and the promise he had made to help her with her dreams. She tried to focus on work, but it was hard not to feel excited. What if this was the chance she had been waiting for? What if kindness really could change everything? The cafe was busy that afternoon. Maya served tea and sandwiches to customers, all the while stealing quick glances at the door, hoping to see Leo walk in again. Hours passed, and just as Maya was about to close, the bell above the door jingled. She looked up quickly, and there he was. Leo, standing by the entrance, looking healthy and smiling warmly. "Maya," he said softly, "I hope I'm not disturbing you." Maya shook her head, her heart beating fast. "No, not at all. Please, come in." Leo stepped inside, and the cafe suddenly felt brighter. He looked around, admiring the cozy place where Maya spent so much time. "I wanted to see you again," Leo said. "And to talk about your dreams." Maya smiled nervously. "I'm listening." Leo reached into his jacket pocket and pulled out a small envelope. "I know this is sudden," he said, "but I want to help you start your cafe." Maya's eyes widened. "Really? But how? I don't know where to begin." Leo handed her the envelope. "Inside, you will find a plan, a way to make your dream real. I've also arranged for a few people who can help you with advice and support." Maya opened the envelope carefully. Inside was a letter explaining that Leo wanted to invest in her dream cafe. It also included contact information for a few trusted friends, people who could help with choosing a location, designing the space, and managing finances. Tears filled Maya's eyes. She looked at Leo, speechless. "I don't know what to say." Leo smiled gently. "You don't have to say anything now. Just believe that you deserve this chance." Maya's mind raced. For years, she had worked hard, dreaming of a cafe she could call her own. Now, that dream was closer than ever. "Thank you, Leo," she said softly. "I promise I won't waste this opportunity." Leo nodded. "I know you won't. You are strong and kind, qualities that will help you succeed." As the evening grew darker, Maya and Leo sat at a corner table, planning the first steps. They talked about the kind of cafe Maya wanted, a place full of warmth, where people could come together, share stories, and feel at home. Maya shared ideas about the menu: simple but delicious food, fresh coffee, and homemade desserts. Leo listened carefully, offering ideas without taking control. "It's your dream," he said. "I'm just here to help you build it." That night, when Leo left, Maya felt a new hope shining inside her. The path ahead was still long, but she knew she would not walk it alone. The next morning, Maya called Mr. Singh to tell him the news. He was overjoyed and promised to help her in any way he could. "Your hard work is paying off, Maya," he said proudly. "You deserve this." Maya also called her brother, Raju, who was excited beyond words. "Can I help in any way?" he asked. Maya laughed. "You're already my best helper." With a new team behind her, Maya began visiting different places to find the perfect spot for her cafe. She met with designers and planners, learning new things every day. Though the work was tiring, Maya felt alive. Each step brought her closer to a future she had only dreamed of before. Leo checked in often, offering encouragement and advice. But he never rushed or pressured her. He believed in Maya's strength and wanted her to lead the journey. One afternoon, while walking through the town square, Maya noticed something she had never seen before: a poster for a community event celebrating local businesses. "It's perfect," she thought. "A chance to share my dream with everyone." Maya invited Leo to come with her. Together, they talked to people, sharing the story of the cafe that was about to open. The townspeople were excited, offering kind words and support. Maya felt a deep gratitude for the new friendships forming. As the event ended, Leo turned to Maya and said, "You have already made a difference in this town. Soon, your cafe will be a place of joy and hope." Maya smiled. "I couldn't have done it without you." Leo looked into her eyes. "And I couldn't have done it without you either." The connection between them grew stronger, not just as friends but as partners in a new journey. That night, Maya sat by her window, looking at the stars. She thought about how a simple act of kindness, the donation of her blood, had led to this beautiful new chapter in her life. Her heart was full of gratitude and hope. No matter what challenges lay ahead, Maya knew one thing for sure: dreams could come true when you believe and when someone believes in you too. The days that followed were filled with hard work, hope, and new beginnings. Maya felt a light inside her that she had not felt for a long time. Thanks to Leo's support, her dream of opening her own cafe was slowly becoming real. Every morning, Maya met with the small team Leo had introduced to her. There was Mrs. Patel, an experienced designer who helped Maya choose the perfect colors and decorations. There was Mr. Kumar, who knew a lot about small businesses and gave Maya advice about managing money. And there was Neha, a friendly young woman who was going to help Maya with marketing and talking to customers. Together, they looked at different locations around town, visiting empty shops and small buildings. Maya dreamed of a bright, cozy place with large windows that let in sunlight and enough space for people to sit and relax. Finally, after several visits, they found it: a small but charming building near the town square. "It's perfect," Maya said, smiling wide. "I can see people coming here, enjoying coffee and talking with friends." Mrs. Patel agreed. "We can make it warm and welcoming. Your dream cafe will shine here." Maya felt excitement bubbling inside her. After years of hard work, this was the beginning of something new. She knew there would be challenges, but with the help of her new friends and Leo's support, she was ready. Leo visited often, always encouraging but never rushing. He listened carefully when Maya shared her ideas and worries. Slowly, a beautiful friendship grew between them, a friendship built on respect, kindness, and shared dreams. One afternoon, as they walked through the empty building, Leo stopped and looked at Maya. "You have a special gift," he said. "You bring hope to people. This cafe will be more than just a place to eat and drink. It will be a place where hearts meet." Maya smiled, feeling a warmth spread through her chest. "That's exactly what I want." As the renovation began, the small building started to change. Walls were painted bright colors, new furniture was brought in, and the smell of fresh wood filled the air. Maya spent long hours working with the team, choosing everything carefully. Sometimes, when she felt tired, Leo would surprise her with her favorite tea or a small treat from the cafe. "You deserve this," he would say with a smile. Raju, too, became involved. He helped with small jobs, carrying boxes, and cleaning windows. Watching his sister work hard inspired him to believe in his own dreams. "You're amazing, Maya," he told her one day. I want to help you open the best cafe in town. Maya hugged him tightly. Thank you, Raju. We'll do it together. The townspeople started to notice the changes. Curious neighbors stopped by to ask about the new cafe. Maya shared her vision with them, telling stories about kindness, dreams, and hope. One morning, Mr. Singh came to visit. I'm proud of you, Maya, he said. You've worked so hard. This cafe will be a shining light for the town. Maya thanked him, feeling a mix of happiness and nervousness. The opening day was getting closer, and she wanted everything to be perfect. Leo helped with the plans for the grand opening. Together, they organized a small event to invite the community friends, neighbors, and even strangers who wanted to support Maya's dream. The night before the opening, Maya sat alone in the nearly finished cafe. The soft glow of the lights made the room feel cozy and alive. She looked around, imagining the faces of people who would come here, share laughter, and find comfort. Suddenly, Leo appeared in the doorway. You're ready, he said softly. Maya smiled. I think so. But I'm also scared. What if things don't go well? Leo walked over and took her hand gently. Fear is natural. But remember, you're not alone. You have friends, family, and a whole town behind you. Maya looked into his eyes and felt a calm strength. Thank you, Leo. For believing in me. He nodded. Always. The next morning, the sun shone brightly as people began to arrive. There was music, laughter, and the smell of fresh coffee in the air. Maya welcomed each guest with a warm smile, her heart full of joy. Throughout the day, customers praised the cozy atmosphere and delicious food. Maya's dream was coming true right before her eyes. At one point, Leo approached her and said quietly, "Look at what you have created. This is just the beginning." Maya nodded, tears of happiness shining in her eyes. Yes, it is. And I'm ready for whatever comes next. As the sun set, the cafe glowed softly, a beacon of hope and kindness in the town. Maya knew the journey was far from over, but she was no longer alone. Together with Leo, Raju, and her new friends, she was building a future filled with dreams and love. The cafe had become a warm and welcoming place in the heart of the town. Every morning, Maya unlocked the door with a smile, ready to greet friends, neighbors, and strangers who came to enjoy the peaceful atmosphere and fresh coffee. The journey from her small, uncertain life to this moment had been long and full of surprises. But Maya knew it was just the beginning. One bright morning, as the sun painted golden colors on the streets, Maya was arranging fresh flowers on the tables when the door jingled softly. She looked up and saw Leo standing there, holding a small box wrapped with a simple ribbon. Maya, he said warmly, stepping inside. I wanted to visit and thank you for everything. Not just for saving my life, but for showing me the true meaning of kindness and hope. Maya smiled, feeling her heart beat faster. Leo, you have given me so much. You believed in my dream when I didn't even believe in myself. He handed her the box. There's one more thing I want to share with you. Something that will help us build a future together. Curious, Maya opened the box carefully. Inside was a small, elegant key attached to a note. The note read, "To Maya, for the courage and kindness you showed me. This key opens a small house nearby, a place for you and Raju to call home, a place where new dreams will grow. With gratitude, Leo." Maya's eyes filled with tears. She looked at Leo, unable to find words. For years, she had worried about having a safe place to live, about giving Raju a better life. Now, everything was changing. "Leo," she whispered, "this means more than you can imagine." "Thank you." Leo smiled gently. "You deserve happiness and security. I want to help you build the life you dreamed of." That day, Maya visited the small house with Leo. It was simple but full of light and space, just the perfect place for her and Ryu. As she walked through the rooms, she imagined how they would fill the house with laughter, love, and warmth. Ryu was overjoyed when Maya told him about the house. "A place of our own," he said, hugging her tightly. "I can't wait." Maya's heart felt full. All the struggles, the long nights, and hard work had brought her here to a place where dreams were no longer distant but real. The days that followed were busy but joyful. Maya and Ryu moved into the new home, and Maya continued to run the cafe. Leo stayed close, always offering support but never taking control. Their friendship deepened, growing stronger with each passing day. One evening, as the stars began to twinkle in the sky, Leo and Maya sat on the small porch of her new home, sharing stories and dreams. "Maya," Leo said softly, "I have something important to ask you." Maya looked at him, her heart pounding. "What is it?" Leo took a deep breath and smiled. "Would you like to walk this journey together, not just as friends, but as partners? I want to be with you, to build a future where kindness and love guide us." Maya felt tears of joy fill her eyes. She nodded, her voice steady but full of emotion. "Yes, Leo. I want that too." In that quiet moment, under the vast night sky, two hearts promised to face the future side by side. The next morning, the cafe was filled with happy customers, laughter, and the smell of fresh coffee. Maya moved through the room with a new light in her eyes, hope, love, and strength shining from within. She looked at Leo across the room, feeling grateful for the chance meeting that had changed both their lives. Together, they had created something beautiful, a story of kindness, courage, and dreams fulfilled. And as the sun set on that perfect day, Maya knew this was just the beginning of their new life, one filled with endless possibilities and the promise of a brighter tomorrow.